Ladakh, the northern tip of India, for all its vibrancy and stark beauty, is a difficult place to live in. Perhaps because while the rest of India keeps its date with the 21st century, using energy as a key ingredient for growth, Ladakh continues to hover somewhere in the labyrinth of time.
India needs energy. As you see that 1.2 billion people, 40% of our people are without energy.
बिजली का तो यहाँ बहुत पहले से बहुत प्रॉब्लम रही है.
The region is so vast, so huge. It is extremely difficult for any agency to take up that transmission line to these regions. Technically, it is not feasible, and it is also not economical.
We frequently had to switch on to generator and diesel generators, which were disturbing the ecological balance, emitting those horrible smoke, noise pollution. And then the running cost, maintenance, which were very high.
But fortunately for the people of Ladakh, they seem to possess, or so it would seem, a magic mantra.
God has given us sun, which is free. And we feel that there has been so much of pollution in the world that renewable energy is the answer to meet the future of this world, where carbon emissions will be less.
The beauty of solar is, you can generate energy at the point of use. Solar doesn't distinguish or discriminate between rich and the poor, rural or the urban. You can generate solar to meet a household need, a community need, an institution need. And a place like Leh Ladakh is the most appropriate and relevant geographical area in the country where solar can do fantastic things.
Solar power is just, it is free, is abundantly available in Ladakh, and it's clean. It has no effect on the ecological balance, and it's dependable, at least in Ladakh. Out of 365 days in a year, I suppose 360 days are sunny days.
So that's why we really enjoy it here, because almost every day the sun is shining.
Because Ladakh is situated at a very, very high altitude. If you compare the plains, we are about 3.5 to 4 kilometers above the horizon. So it is first to get the sunlight and is to last to get the sunlight. Therefore, the day duration is very high. Here in Ladakh, radiation is high, but the ambient temperature is low. So the efficiency of the solar panels is extremely high.
While it is more than 2 decades now since initial efforts to harness the sun were initiated in Ladakh, the decision by Tata Power Solar Systems Limited to set up an office at an altitude of 11,000 feet in 2001 proved to be a truly visionary step.
Leh Ladakh has a population of around 1.25 lakhs, and there is an equal around 1.5 lakh of Indian Army there. So the kind of electricity which is being required is huge, and solar is the perfect solution. And looking at the prospects and what is the need for solar in that area, Tata BP Solar had set up their first office, one of the solar offices which you find, and it is the highest office in the world, I will say.
Tata BP was the first to come, So that was the first solar power plant in the northern region. They installed 5,600 solar home lighting system and 3,600 solar lantern, and these were all distributed to all remote villages and nomads of Ladakh.
We are doing something in the national context, and all that we do dovetail into the national perspective. We are not here just to supply a product. We are here to solve people's water problems for irrigation and drinking, the lighting problems to emancipate their life, to improve education system at homes, and we want children to go to schools. We want to improve connectivity to our villages. So our perspective and canvas is much wider than just being a product supplier. So we have positioned ourselves as a total systems company.
I think it is private sector that has to play a major role. Government is only a facilitator. It is a private partnership with the people that will work. And that is what is important. And that is where we are using people. Tata BP is one of them who is doing major work.
Obviously then, Ladakh has become the nation's first region to be fully covered under the Ministry of New and Renewable Energy's rural electrification projects.
Nearly 500 crores for the region of Ladakh to develop solar energy. You will be surprised that in the remotest areas you've got solar stations giving power to the people.
All the villages, we have solar systems installed in the most remote villages. There are not a single house in Ladakh as of now in any remote village which is not having solar home lighting system.
बच्चे लोग हमें यहाँ पे पढ़ाई के लिए काफ़ी सहूलियत मिलते हैं और बूढ़े लोग औरतें हैं सब टीवी देखते हैं सर।
हमारे यहाँ शादी हुआ तो रात को तो वो बिजली बंद हो गया तो हम कम से कम रात 11 बजे से सुबह 1-2 बजे तक चलाया।
No mean achievement, considering the logistical hardships involved.
Climate, it's really tough, as everybody is aware that in a year we can work only 6 months in that particular area.
Because the temperature is very low here in winter season, the temperature goes down to sometimes minus 25 degree, sometimes minus 35 degree also. So we have to complete all our work within this 4 to 5 months.
But as a pioneer, Tata Power Solar Systems Limited has been and is at the forefront of many exciting developments in the solar industry in India. With offices across 9 locations and a competent green workforce numbering more than 1,000, it has a host of solutions on offer. Tata Power Solar Systems Limited continues to reinvent itself as a fully integrated solution provider from wafer to cell, making modules, subsystems and systems. Apart from which, it undertakes installations, commissioning, maintenance, service and training. However, its core vision continues to remain its endeavor to become a world-class solar solution provider touching 1 billion lives.
Confidence of people has gone up. The Tata BP is, a first choice to, purchase solar product actually. You can ask anyone.
ये सोलर सिस्टम आने से हॉस्पिटल को भी और पेशेंट को दोनों को एक तरफ से एक नई लाइफ मिली है, क्योंकि ये जो सिस्टम है इसके आने से हमें भी काम करने में बहुत आसानी हो रही है और पेशेंट को भी बहुत फ़ायदा मिल रहा है।
तंगा जंगल में बिल क्या लग में पिन्ने यो में पिनते सोचता था तने तंगा जो मेला गुंजाने जा तो यहाँ जो ट्यूशन गुंजाने मस्त कनार बढ़ते इतने ले बिजली में उस तने चाह सोलर में तने त्यो कास्ट पोते दासा तंगा जमा सोलर कटिंग दाउ थुगिया तने माने मेला गुंने ना यहाँ तो ना तो पूजा जो जाने मास्किट पता मा गला तो गला तो भी आगे थुगी चीज़।
टाटा कंपनी वाले खुद आके यहाँ करते हैं, ये पहले से लेके अभी तक इन्होंने सब कुछ खुद ही किया है, कोई मतलब अलग से कोई या हॉस्पिटल की तरफ से मतलब हमें कुछ नहीं करना है।
From the beginning of installation, we are involving local person so that he can train during the installation itself to maintain the system after installation.
मैं यहाँ हर 2 महीने के बाद इसका ये बैटरी का हम ग्रेविटी चेक करते रहते हैं, तो उसमें हर 6 महीने के बाद हम इसमें डिस्टिल वाटर डाल के इसको चेंज कराते रहते हैं। इस तरह मेंटेनेंस रखते हैं इनका।
For the last 2 years, Tata BP had installed water heating systems here, and during peak winter months, we are now able to get hot running water through these solar water heating systems. That has dramatically changed the lives of these children here at the campus, the old age, the elderly people.
टीवी इनके घरों में चलने लगा तो इनको कनेक्टिविटी हो गया कि दुनिया के साथ, कि इनको ये पता लग रहा है कि इस वक्त कि भाई बाकी के लोग भी कैसे जी रहे हैं, कैसे जिंदगी कर रहे हैं, तो ये लोग अवेयरनेस ले रहे हैं इन चीज़ों से।
Because quite simply, social and economic equity can only follow once energy equity is inclusively prevalent.
Tata BP Solar is committed to mitigate the energy poverty in the country and to reach our energy solutions to the nooks and corners of the country. Our intention is to serve the poor and serve the needy and then make profits and reinvest that in growth.
With 45% of Indians still struggling to find access to something as simple as an electric bulb, the solar project in Ladakh and its achievements in improving the quality of life for the people becomes even more meaningful.
Everywhere where you go, it has given a life, not only light, it has given life to people. They can use anytime, anywhere. This is a really most handy and most reliable source of energy.
It's a win-win situation, absolutely win-win situation. As it's God-sent gift that we have His energy, and we are for the first time utilizing it for the good of the people.
We may not give much importance to simple chores, such as being able to eat medicine in the glow of a CFL lamp, or even the luxury of eating one's evening meal in some light once it's dark, of having the choice to fix one's personal computer because there is access to energy, or just listening to the sounds of the azan. But none of this would have become possible in Ladakh without the coming of solar power. A lesson, no doubt, in creating sustainable futures for all of us.